Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to make some manipulatives. These tools are going to help us with our 45, 45, 90 triangle and our 30, 60, 90 triangle. So help us with our special right triangles. For this first one, if you look, I took a square post-it, and before I turned the camera on, I folded it diagonally to make this triangle. Couldn't do that with just one hand, so I had to do it ahead of time. This is our 45, 45, 90 triangle. So 45 degrees here, 45 degrees here, and here's your 90-degree angle. This triangle, besides being a right triangle, is also isosceles. It has two congruent legs. And then remember again that diagonal fold is our hypotenuse. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some labels on this to help us with our calculations, and we'll use it in future videos so you can see it in action. So here I'm going to mark the right angle box. Okay. This corner, 45 degrees. This angle is also 45 degrees. These two sides are called the legs. Remember, they're congruent. We're going to label them both with the letter L for leg. And then based on the ratios that you guys have already seen, we are going to label them with the number 1. Now, because I have an L here, you might want to use the more formal symbol for 1 for clarity. So let's make this style 1. It's one of the few times I ever use a one that is that fancy. Our last label for this one is H for hypotenuse. And we are going to put a root 2 here from the ratios. So whenever a triangle is a right triangle with two congruent legs and two 45-degree angles, we can use these numbers. All of our questions are either an enlargement of this or a shrunk down version of this. And I'll show you how to use this in the next video. But for now, let's make our second manipulative. Slide that one up. So the other thing, whoopsie, for our second triangle, I just want to show you the before and after here. You want to start with an index card. So this was a 3x5 card. And I cut it diagonally to form the hypotenuse. So I'm just going to work with half of this for my manipulative, so you can share the other one with someone else in class. And take a second to put a piece of tape here so it doesn't wiggle while I try to label it. Okay. So this manipulative is the 30, 60, 90 triangle. You'll notice that this triangle is scalene. It has 3 different sides. Okay. The right angle is across from the hypotenuse. Oopsie. Let's label that. Over here we have the 30-degree angle. And lastly, up here, the 60-degree angle. Okay. Now in this triangle we have 2 different legs. We have a short leg and a longer leg. So I'm going to refer to them by just using the letters SL for short leg and down here LL for long leg. And then my third label is H for hypotenuse. Okay. Now, we have 3 unique sides, so we're going to need 3 unique numbers to help us set up our ratio. The short leg is always 1. Again, I'm going to use that formal 1. The long leg, we're going to use root 3. And for the hypotenuse, it's 2. Now for this manipulative, it is helpful to label both sides because sometimes the triangle is reflected, and so it will help. I'm going to pause for a second. Hold on. So as I was saying, it helps to label both sides of this manipulative because sometimes this triangle is reflected, flipped over. Now when I tried to secure my triangle with tape, it ripped a little bit, so pardon that little extra pink piece up there, but up there again, that's the 30-degree angle. Down here is our right angle. And over here is our 60-degree angle. Across from the 30 is always going to be your short leg. Remember, across from the smallest, that came out badly, sorry. Across from the smallest angle is always the shortest side. Across from the 60 is the long leg. And remember, that's root 3. Across from the right angle is always the hypotenuse. So if you take a moment, there are definitely index cards in the top drawer of my desk. If you ask the substitute to look, there are white ones in there. Unfortunately, the post-it notes I have in class, I think right now, are rectangular, but I'll send a couple stacks in with the next delivery of papers so you guys will have access to them. Or if someone wants to venture and ask Mrs. Peterson in Lower A Academy for square post-it notes, she probably can get some to you guys sooner. So tap into those resources, take a minute to make these, and in the next couple videos I'll show you how they work to help us out. Okay? Take care.